The bottom right side, we have a lovely Protoss player fighting, well, for his team, Alpha X, which is, of course, the channel you're watching on as well. So, you know, home turf for this fella right now. It is classic. On the top left side, the man that makes all the Terrans proud is the red powerhouse himself from the Shopify Rebellion. It is Byun. Apparently there's some little probe coming in here. A little bit of a secret mission, but not entirely. I do hope we're gonna get ourselves a proxy today. If we do, I might sing. It's just an early warning. I might. Yeah, pretty regular stuff so far. Nexus coming in first for Classic, as he will be grabbing that Cybercore straight afterwards. Right, that is the... yeah, I think that is the Cybercore after the Nexus, if I'm not mistaken. I do mistake sometimes, though. Mistakes tend to happen. Command Center for Byun as well. So both these players looking pretty eager to have this game go on at least a little bit longer than 5 minutes. Which is always nice. It's a best of 7, and I believe it was Classic who wasn't quite sure whether or not it was a best of 7 or a best of 5. Let me double check this. It should be a best of 7. Yeah, I don't see anything special why it wouldn't be. Why it wouldn't be. Stargate's coming up for Classic. Byun just, you know, doing the things that Byun does, making a lot of Marines. So far of just one barracks, though. I'm sure he'll get more later down the line. The Adept will have to utilize that little shade here in order to get some vision. There we go, sees the Marine count, that's pretty good. Gets a pretty good scout off here. Soon we'll be having an Oracle in play as well. Now Oracle could find a well, handsome amount of opportunities here so far. Single Widow Mine will be set up as a defensive... wait a moment, 2 Widow Mines already. Look at that, yeah, there's already one there. Gotta be rather careful with your Oracle, of course, if there's multiple Widow Mines around. Where's this Oracle? There we go, there it is. Flying out right now. Gonna take this spot as the initial spotter. Let the Adept get back home. Don't want to lose it needlessly. With a Terrana is just randomly coming out of the woodworks at some point in time. Oracle doesn't get anything done here. And now there's Widow Mines in both mineral fields. Another one, of course, here still remaining as well. Third base for Classic. Why? See if he can keep that in his hands, of course. The medevac. There's kind of scouting to see for air offensive play, I guess. Surprised that he hasn't sent any Widow Mines or something like that out. I know when there's Phoenix on the field, you know, it's usually an easy solution. And I guess he saw Classic already having one Oracle, no further Oracles coming in. So maybe he's having a bit of doubts whether or not he should send something in with the help of the medevac. Right, it could be a bit dangerous if you do try. So Phoenix here, a couple of Stalkers on the top side. Definitely a difficult area to go in unnoticed. Talking about unnoticed, there's still that little status trap here as well. As soon as Byun decides, like, he's on the 3 barracks right now. I guess he's going to try to get a 3rd base, and with the 3rd base, a couple of Marauders out on the field, the Stim Pack finishing up, he's going to start pushing out. And that status trap right there could immediately just screw him up so badly if he's not careful. One single status trap. Setting up more of them. That's kind of what I was thinking as well. Like, you know, you've got that Oracle quite early on. You may as well try to get some use out of it after not really being able to get on top of the mineral line. Right, and this could be great. Okay, one Widow Mine in the front. Looks like Byun is somewhat ready for this, right? He's just sending in one guy at a time. A smart player indeed. All the status traps being set up though. Look at that. One of them gets stuck and he's like, alright, well, let's send another. I guess you could utilize the Phoenix here as well, right? Whenever there's just a small pack of units coming out, you can just pick them up before they set off the trap. Be rather annoying. Well, Byun, you know what? Prevents the getting called out by the status trap. Although, to be fair, he did wait here for the amount of time until that status trap was done anyway. Let's see. Not a single Marine stimming in. Sees that the way is clear. Way is clear for a little bit at least. Those Zealots, they are still there. But the amount of Widow Mines that's available right now, all in the ground, could be quite a handful for this Zealot heavy army. The Phoenix are on top of everything as well. Good pickups. At least 3-4 Widow Mines that were not able to do anything. But it might just not be enough. Bio remaining on the ground for the... Well, when I said Bio, I meant Zealots, really. I mean, they are the Bio of Protoss, aren't they? You know what? This is having me a little bit worried for Classic here. I know that he did go for a very quick third. So, you know... He is on 9 gateways. He doesn't have any splash. He's going to have to stay alive here for a little bit longer. With just mostly the gateway forces. I really like these Phoenix with the play as well at the same time. I think he could be a bit more aggressive with trying to chase the Terran here or there. But then again, you're just going to fly into a lot of Widow Mines most of the time. Great spot for the observer there. Hard to see it on the black, I guess. Yeah, that is quite hard to see, isn't it? That is really hard to see there. All right. It's like he knew. I guess he does know. Yeah. Byun's like, oh, right, where's this observer then? Army full Classic. I mean, it should still be okay. It should still be somewhat okay, unless if it kind of goes in like that. That could be dangerous. 4th base for Classic on the way as well. Archons should be ready. You don't want to let this bio just waltz up into your natural base, though. Especially if there's Colossi just about coming out. Ooh, those Widow Mines don't quite get connections going. That Colossus still alive. Must have been a shield battery there somewhere. There you go. Classic does manage to hold off here. Picks up more Widow Mines. He's gonna give full chase. Maybe a little bit too much. Doesn't have that much remaining to really punish Byun back, but you know what? He's doing it. He is definitely doing it. More Zealots coming in as reinforcements through the bottom. And this little greedy Protoss that went to market, the market being the Terran base, is picking up a handful of handsome deals. Look at that. It's going to get right on top of the SCVs right now. So a whole lot of them going to go down with the Colossi just sweeping away. Probably want to try to get 1 or 2 more shots on the SCVs. Doesn't quite get it. But you know what? That is a humongous amount of kills being accomplished right now. And those Zealots still on top of the SCVs. Still letting out the blood. Taking skulls for the Skull Throne and a little bit of Widowmine harassment here. It's a neat little play. 5 probes do go down. It's not really as, you know, fantastic as we've had Classic do, but it was a very valiant attempt. A couple of Widowmines here, one of them running into the reinforcements of Classic, so they couldn't do anything, and then the other one, 5 probe kills. Now, realizing, of course, that Classic still on the 69 probes here. So the only 48 or SCVs of Byun could still be quite a problematic situation for Mr. Byun, our Terran player right here. Our household Terran name. I know he's on Shopify Rebellion, but you know what? He's on this channel so many times. He's the honorary Alpha Axa. Off he goes again. Neat little sneaky play. Classic fully aware though. Does put down the cannon in time. Sets off the Widowmine and continues all the mining. It's awkward. That's right, better run. Oh, he turned around. That's a shame. I guess this is a more important fight. There is quite a lot happening here, but yeah, I mean, the writing was on the walls here for a little bit. Byun just fell behind quite badly. Couldn't find any momentum coming back into this. Lovely. Now off he goes again. Classic. I'm secretly hoping that he will try to do a proxy, but it's looking like he's just trying to find a proxy of his own. Just making sure that there's no barracks being built close by to his base. Maybe a factory looking to tag along into that main base, of course. Start building Widowmines right then and there. It's nasty strategies, but you know what? Sometimes those work. Sometimes they work the best because we all know if it gets scouted, your opponent should very much be able to kind of stop you from doing anything. And you should lose, but, you know, because that is the case as well, it's becoming a bit less likely that someone is going to do it, which makes it a bit more likely to catch your opponent off guard, which once in turn makes it more likely that you're going to win with it, right? It's the gambling aspect of the game, I suppose, in a way. Do you scout? Do you not scout? Do you try something sneaky? Do you not try something sneaky? Because it's impossible to scout for, like, everything, right? You can't check the entire map at the start of the game. Well, you could, but you would be losing so much economy, then it doesn't quite matter anymore what your opponent is doing. Pretty much anything he's doing is going to beat you, just because you don't have enough stuff to do anything about it. Intricacies, the little tiny minutes of a game of StarCraft 2. That make it so much fun. It's like a little puzzle, right? It's like you're trying to solve a puzzle at the most rapid pace you can as a StarCraft 2 player while the puzzle is changing, right? Someone's actively trying to prevent you from solving this puzzle while they are trying to actively solve your puzzle as well. While you know. So you're trying to solve a puzzle that someone's changing while that person is trying to solve your puzzle that you're changing. It's quite something. It'd be fun if you could do this with real puzzles somehow. Anyway, it's a fun word, puzzle. Puzzle. It is a fun word, isn't it? Alright, well, Hellions here. They're not getting much done, are they? No, not really. There's 3 adepts there, apparently more than enough. I guess we're going with Warhammer 40,000 rules, where you can't charge past units like this. people unfamiliar with StarCraft 2, that was a joke. There are no Warhammer rules. It's a completely different game. I'm trying to pick up and learn a little bit about. Byun going for the more Rex-intensive play this time around. Well, at least 3 of them. Little Phoenix man comes in as well. That's going to go down. That is no escaping for you, my friend. It's an unlucky break. Flew too close to the cyclone sun. The sunclone. Wait. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. You'd think the 2 words would go well together. The sun and cyclone, right? But they don't. They just don't. Worth a try. Alright. This could be doing quite a bit though. The cyclones are going to be lifted up by the Phoenix, but there's a reasonable amount of Marines. Then again, I'm looking at the Stalker numbers. It's a very uncomfortable amount of units that I'm not that used to seeing fight all that often. But you know what? These Cyclones mixed in, they pack so much HP that in comparison to those to the Marines at least, that became quite a weird little mix-up right there. The Marines not something that Classic could let go either. Phoenix now completely out of energy. So no longer able to pick up the Cyclone, stop the lock on there, but was that worth it? I guess so, yeah, that was very much worth it actually. Look at that. I'll be able to pick off another Stalker here if Classic ain't too careful. Wow, is he? Okay. Getting burned like 2 or 3 times in a row with the micro and then being like, you know what, let's try it again. I know I'm 1 HP, but this time, I have faith. I did turn around eventually though, of course. Does keep those units alive. More gateways coming up the 3rd base as well. Classic starting to ramp up into overdrive once more. Byun in a position where I would say that he traded out a lot better than he did previous time. He's got his 3rd base already set up, and I think that's oh no, wait, that is his 3rd base on the way. Alright, so he's got his 3rd base on the way. It's not too far removed from the 3rd of Classic. He's going to be able to pick off a couple more probes here. Look at that. Don't pull the probes into the Marines there. Not entirely necessary. He did buy himself some time to get that shield battery up. Now the Stalker's more than enough to push this away. Don't over chase though. That is... Oi. Oi. Okay, well that could be it, guys. That could start to be it. Classic way out on the map here, trying to give chase to the small pack of bio units. So far removed from his shield battery that now he's just kind of struggling here. Only 3 Stalkers remaining. Shield battery overcharge does get targeted down immediately, and now more probes are going to fall. A cannon is finishing up, but that cannon is not going to stay alive there for too much longer, right? No, it's already gone. Marauders, this is the Immortal. It's only 1 Immortal though, so this small batch of Marine Marauder definitely gets rid of it rather easily. Widow Mines as well involved. I think we may have gotten ourselves a snowball. I think we may have gotten ourselves a bit of a snowball here. The Widow Mines into the natural base. That's going to deny mining there now as well. Classic still focusing on the micro on the other side, and GG, it's cold. Byun. The reason why I won, I kind of have this, I was watching this show with a couple of friends. It was a musical comedy TV show, and it was great. I really like those things, especially if they're well done. I think this is, you know, one of my favorites overall. But, yeah, it was fun. Hey, what was the 2nd map and who won it? How do you know the 1st map and not the 2nd map, Cynical? Crazy. Byun won, and yeah, it was Berlingrad. Anyway, before so rudely being interrupted about this series that we're watching right now, I was telling you all about my TV show. It's very fun. It's a very musical comedy. A lot of singing. But, yeah, man. I don't know. I think singing is good for people overall to do sometimes, you know? Just letting loose. Just ripping right in there where you're singing. You gotta truly let it happen sometimes. I think this is something in Asian culture that is probably for the best with how, you know, how much karaoke and stuff they do. I think that's good. I guess you don't necessarily have to make it an event, right? A karaoke event. I think you should just do it in the street sometimes. Just randomly start singing. It's a lot of fun. Anyway. That's my piece of advice to you. Nope. Nope. No, it's alright. He gets one marine. Hey, no, only shield damage taken. Still has the Stalker here, but the Stalker now stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Two squishy places, but, you know, one of them guarded by a Widowmine. Classic says, like, you know what, if you are not going to set up that Widowmine defensively in front of me, but behind me, I will try to just stay here and get as many kills as I can. And so far, you know, for one Stalker, 5 Marines, that's a good deal. That's a good trade. I'd be happy with that. Another Adept coming in as reinforcements here, it looks like. Might be able to take on these Marines now once again. And once again delaying the mining that is going to be able to come in here. Adept so close, does lose it. But... uh-oh. I guess he forgot about that Widowmine, huh? I guess so. Still more shenanigans coming in pretty soon afterwards. 2 Widowmines as well as a Dark Shrine on the field right now. Unfortunately for Classic, his Dark Shrine is already being met with a Raven in the production as well. Ooh, Warp Prism. Warp Prism Wind Effect may have spotted each other, but so far no reaction just quite yet. There's the Stalkers. Probes very quick on the pool there. Classic, top shape. Tip-top shape. Oh boy, okay. There was some retargeting going on there for these probes. So, always got to be wary not to send in your probes a little bit too early. And then suddenly be in just a world of trouble. Okay, Dark Templar about to strike. Let's see how many kills it's going to be able to get. It's going to be a couple of them. Oh, wow. Even coming in with the Warp Prism on the other side. Luring all of Byun's forces to the other part of town. But only still getting 2 of those SCVs right now. And Byun is aware of the fact that there's DTs on the field. So quickly decides to throw down a missile turret. Right away, get that stealth detection going. Another Widowmine on the opposite side of the field still remains, and I guess Classic is gonna try to transition this into the Archon drop. Wow, that is something. Gets a reactor straight off the bat. A little bit fortunate, but you know what? Nice the game of StarCraft 2. Sometimes you get lucky. And for Byun, in a way, you know what, he just started it, so just loses the 50-50 right there. Money and more money. Yeah, he kills the Warp Prism also, so... I don't think that Archon drop there was all that worth it up until now. And again, still has the Archons. We'll be able to repurpose them later down the line. Just intermingle them with the rest of the Protoss forces, most likely. That Widowmine's still there, man. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Open mineral fields. There is auto turret hunting going down. I feel like the Widow Mine is gonna come in as well pretty soon. Pretty soon. Not quite happening. The Starks in the middle of the map have found the bio. Ooh. They found the bio a bit too well, it would see. It would seem. Ugh. Bio pushing backwards, coming around, catching up with a couple of old friends out of town. Siege tanks and marines. Couple of places where you could set up pretty heftily. Siege tank firepower here could come in quite handy against the player that is continuously just bombarding his opponents with gateway forces, right? Have that long range AoE, continuous splash damage, just endlessly barraging the reinforcements wave of the Protoss. Could be really good, but Classic already on the 2 Archons, of course, from before, as well as 2 Immortals. May be enough of a tanking and DPS packing force to get himself right on top of those tanks if he wants to. But then again, not that many gateway forces as he was spreading out across the map here. And those Marine Marauder units, they are not friendly. Suddenly running into the wrong people at the wrong time. Classic taking a bit of a beating on the chin, and now Byun will gain access to a wonderful siege up position. Is he going to try to start sending in units into the main? Yes, he will. And there's the blink from Classic, instantaneously trying to get rid of the reinforcements as well as the tank. Bio drop in the main, grabbing whatever they can as prizes. So far it's going to be probes. And most of his stuff gets out of there as well. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. 4 kills on that Raven. Still an everlasting presence also. There we go again. Look at that. More probe kills. Bumps him up to 5. Very well played game so far from Byun. I mean, you can see it quite clearly in the resources lost tab right here. Definitely a series where, you know, the winner does seem to be decided on whether or not one of these guys manages to do a good amount of damage early on in the game. And if that strategy kind of falls, well, so far we've seen it fall once. With, I suppose, the DTs, right? And, yeah. That's the problem with DTs. If you only get, like, 1 SCV kills with them, and you go into the Archons while you're still hoping to go for the heavy gateway style, it's just a lack of money that is going to get you in the end. In the top right side, there he is again, the blue Protoss. Alpha X's very own Classic. Bottom left side from Shopify Rebellion. It is the Red Terrans. Byun. The Space Marines. Oh, and he's off on a secret mission. He's off on a secret plan. He's gonna go and slay his classic bro as quietly as he can. Some sort of secret mission. Some sort of secret plot. What he's doing, for me, it's not quite clear, or I forgot. Now let's hope no one raises a stink. We're off on our way with a cheese, but first another drink. Da 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 da. Oh, that's horrible. All right, so been watching, like I said, a musical comedy. I can't It's all in my head. It is cooked in there good, man. It is stuck in there like gravy salad. Dressing will get stuck in your shoelaces if you pour it on there, I suppose. Something like that. Why shoelaces? I don't know. Reaper coming across. Doesn't quite know about the disturbance that will take place in the not too far future. For mankind will be in a bit of trouble. He's gonna come in here and be like, wait a moment. Shouldn't you have that second pylon already? Shouldn't you have that second pylon already? And then he's like, uh-oh. Oh. There's the stalker in my base. Quick cancellation there. I think he was trying to get a attack lab, perhaps? I'm not sure. Maybe a reactor. Stalker already taking quite a bit of damage here. Especially considering it is just from that single Reaper. SCV's getting a bit too on top of it for a little bit. Ooh, almost gets us around there as well. Come on, classic. Oh, man. Micro Jackson on the case. Look at him go. Again, just with the single Reaper. How many SCVs did he lose there? That is ridiculous. How did he kill a Stalker with a single Reaper and like 6 SCVs without losing too much? Well, he's losing a lot right now. That was pretty spectacular. Alright, 5 SCVs now remaining. Lost in the kill count right there. Second base quite heavily delayed. More Stalker power. Here we go. Micro. There we go. He's safe. Alright, continue. Oh, good nade. Ooh, another bounce. One Stalker down. Get what you can, Byun. Get what you can. Classic still on the hunt. Still looking for the bloody. Could finish it off right here, right now. It's not that much left anymore. It's just a couple of Hellions. With a mine into the ground. Does it get targeted down? It doesn't. It will be set up right there. Now it's Classic gonna sacrifice a lamb. Trying to break this location right here. It could be a scary one to do. And the second Widowmine is about to pop out as well. So he's gonna have to sacrifice 2 units. In order to... Oh, unless if he manages to pull that one out. Very well done. There we go. GG is called. Using the little adept shading trick right as the projectile of the Widowmine is coming in. A very well timed little micro trick right there. And that wins him the game, actually. At some point in time, if we host enough of these Byun events, right? I feel like I'm going to be best friends with Byun. Eventually, you know? I'll seduce him to my friendship. We'll get it. We'll be the best of friends. My pro-Terran friend and me. Could be a TV show for all I care. Be great. Alright, so another secret mission, man, will be exploited here by Classic. He's gonna try and kill Byun before he has time to think. He's off and away, but first another drink. Ta-da! Wow, it is. I'm telling you, it is so stuck in my head. But the problem is that only the people that even know the series probably are gonna find that interesting. That's a very small amount of people. Very small amount of people. Let's just see how Byun is going to prepare for this. So far, he's got his command center on the low ground. He's got his Reaper coming out. I mean, this is looking awfully similar as what was going on the previous game. And yeah, I'm not that all excited for Byun at this moment in time. I mean, he had a pretty good start the previous time, right? He managed to kill a Stalker with a Reaper and an SCV right off the bat. And brought most of those units back home again as well. And, oh, no. Oh, Byun. You sweet summer child. Da 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 da. Secret, secret. Hush, hush, hush. See? It's a secret stalker. More units coming in. The Reaper might be able to do something here. There's already yeah, that one Adept is going to safeguard the probes. There's 2 stalkers here now. That will be the SCVs going down. There's no Widow Mines this time. Uh-oh. Okay. Good. Doesn't lose the Reaper to a probe. Very nice. I guess he has a bunker, and actually, you know what? This third base that he was making, guess what? It's a natural base now, right? Natural progression of things. He could just send that over across. He doesn't need it to be on the low ground. He doesn't need it to be a third base. He could just use it as a second base now. So that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat, you know? As long as he lives, should be okay. Looks like he will. Oh, will he? Stalkers. Having second thoughts about going into that damnation. Doomed battlefields, we call it Terran home base. Did he make a Stargate as a proxy now as well? He did, didn't he? He bloody well and done and did a Stargate right there now. Look at that. He built a Stargate. Alright, he's building Void Rays. I mean, all we're missing now is shield batteries, really. Why not just add a bunch of shield batteries as well? Classic, huh? Why not? Little Reaper Man does find his way past the Adept once again. Picking off probes is essential. Oh, great block though, but the Adept doesn't quite manage to get the shade where it needed to be. So one more shot remaining, and that Reaper once again gets out of there. Great micro from Byun. Oh, it's gonna run into a bit of a surprise here as soon as he realizes, oh wait a moment, that's a Void Ray here now. Yeah, backing up with his command center is probably a good idea. Right? Look at this. This is preposterous. Preposterous. What a dirty little boy. What a dirty... Oh, that Reaper, it's back! 6 kills on this Reaper, and it dies this time around. Like, what is Byun supposed to do? He only has bio. He needs to get his factory. He needs to get a tech lab so he can start making siege tanks and actually start being a threat here. And even then, if he does have a siege tank, it's still going to be difficult, right? If Classic really wants it to be difficult for Byun to get down this ramp, he can make it incredibly difficult to do. Because he has a Void Ray here. If that siege tank sets up here, you can overcharge the Void Ray. Probably take it out if there's not enough SCVs on top of it. Alright, this is incredibly annoying for Byun, and I'm surprised he hasn't sent that command center over here yet. He was trying to get some sort of mining going there. He's oversaturated after all. I guess he can't bring any SCVs along, so that's a letdown for him, but... I mean, Classic, look at that base, look at that mining, look at all that stuff just going happily back and forth between mineral patches and the Nexus. Oh, no, you're not getting there. There we go. He's not getting away. Beyond seeing that there's not that much around anymore, might be his time to start pressuring down the ramp. That's a lot of units after all. Some okay force fields. And yeah, okay, force fields do seem to be plenty. Ooh, I like this move. Medevacs on down below. It's not going to send them across the map. No, sir. It's going to try to just break the camel's back here right off the bat. I mean, if he comes in from 2 angles, this Protoss force is definitely going to be in a lot of trouble. There he goes from the other side right now. Is this enough? Looks like it will be. Yeah, the Protoss army, I mean, their only real strength were those force fields, just kind of splitting up that army. But if the army of Byun gets an arc, as you can see, almost like a third, or maybe just slightly under half of his forces are enough to just get rid of all of those Protoss units down the other side of the field right now. So Byun breaks his little entanglement with the Protoss. And now on his way across the map to say hello to his little friend. Ask him a question about what that was all about. What was that all about? I guess he doesn't want to know too badly. Immediately heads out of there. 2 medevacs into the main base, though. I assume Classic saw those medevacs pick up units, right? He should have. He definitely should have, but his units not moving here quite in time, which is going to mean the destruction of a robotics facility. Although there's a bit of a cheering up prize. We do have Classic taking out the medevac filled with Marines there as well. Putting Classic actually back on top of army supply here. Which is quite a terrifying sight to see for a Terran in a situation like this. Will he be able to hold? We have... oh, we don't have Blink actually. I thought we had Blink with this. If he had Blink with this, this would be pretty much over right now, right? This would be over, but without the Blink, Byun might be able to hold on here. Let's see if he does. Force Field's trying to make it happen. The Stalker's getting shelled away by those siege tank in the back. Will it be enough? Classic pushing on through. He's somewhat breaking it. 1 medevac comes back around with Marines here. It may not even be necessary, but a welcome sight indeed for Byun, who's now going to be able to pick off 2 more Colossi. There we go. And there's the GG from Classic. Couldn't quite make it happen. Byun sets himself up with a match point. Bottom left side on the hot coals right now. In the hot seat. The blue Protoss player needs 2 more victories. Alpha Axis, Classic. Top right side, his opponent in the red colored, the red painted warband of Terran. He is Shopify Rebellions. Let's zoom in as well while we do that, shall we? Byun. Secret, secret, hush, hush, hush. Alright, please. Shh. Guys, shh. Don't tell anyone. Be very, very quiet. He's all wanting rabbit season. Oh, God. I need more sleep. I do need more sleep. Wow. Classic very quickly went back to that 2 gates, huh? Or the max packs. Scouting for it. Oh God, he's scouting for it.
Our SCVs.
Oh, he's not scouting at the right place at the right time. But he's scouting for it. Which makes it even worse, doesn't it? Oh, will he see it here? Oh, that's so close. Okay, yes, 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 he does see it. Alright, there we go. I guess you want to put it over here. As the Protoss. Maybe even... like, yeah, probably... I guess, yeah, because this... just if you touch this angle and you get to see this, that is pretty bad, right? You want to try to take that contingency into account. Now, ooh, doesn't get the Reaper nade to bump him over the wall. That was a very cool attempt, though, by Classic. Just very quickly repositioning that Stalker, trying to get lucky. Didn't quite though, but you know, it's still cool to see, you know? Still cool to see. Classic quite quickly giving up on the aggression right now, realizing, well, I've been found, I've been had. Let's try something else. Let's try something else. Still has a Zealot here as well, though. A Zealot and a Stalker. Pew pew, pew pew. God. Pew pew. That's the Reaper sound, guys. That was the Reaper sound. That's right. Simply the best. Better at saying pew pew than all the rest. Alright, Reapers coming across. They are looking at 2 Stalkers, a big wall, and a Phoenix. They should not get anything done. This is an impenetrable fortress. And he does not have a key. Oh, talking about a key though. There's a Cyclone with a Widowmine here. That could definitely come in handy. I'm trying to get a bit aggressive here. The 2 Reapers on the other side. Are they going to try to do the bouncy house mine play? Keep those Stalkers on the opposite side of the field. Actually, the Stalkers already still going to kind of remain there. More reinforcements also bunching up across the field. As you see that Byun is playing defensively here. Doesn't have to go back home. Sit with a couple of shield batteries between his legs and try to hide underneath the shield battery skirts, you know? That is frustrating. This could be quite frustrating also. The Phoenix targeted down quite quickly. The siege tank still lifted up. One more remains. Is there going to be a pickup on that one as well? Yes, there will be. Can still get repaired though, but it's not enough. The siege tanks are gone. Those are 2 high value units. Gotta watch out not to lose your Raven or Cyclone here as well, Byun. Doesn't do that. In fact, he just picks off another Stalker instead. Very well played. Phoenix doesn't fly in with the bad rally either. Does stay on top of that as well. Both these players doing pretty darn fine. Problem here for Classic. He's behind on the worker count. He's behind on the army count. And this is the last game he can possibly afford to play and not win. Well, I guess the next one as well, if he wants to win, right? If we want to have a game number 7, Classic is going to have to win this one. No longer allowed to lose anything here in this situation. And, well, Byun, gosh darn it, he's not making it easy. He is definitely not making it easy. Fortress right now. Fortress of Solitude set up, ready for everything. Wait a moment. Microphone. Okay, yeah, good. For a moment I panicked, guys. I thought I was casting with the webcam microphone here for all this time. I'm not, right? I'm not? I hope not. Somebody would have told me. Alright. So, 6 more gateways. Classic. It's got a bit of a contain, but I mean, it's just with Stalkers, right? Nothing here that can really stop Byun from running away. It's just gonna be there trying to delay it a little bit. And delaying it a little bit might even be too kind of what will be happening here. Alright, yeah. He is just gonna have to run. He's just gonna have to run immediately. Just keep running. Don't look back. Oh my god, imagine if he gets the Cyclone. Just keep running. Don't look back. Okay, well, ooh, gets the Cyclone. Never mind, Classic. Pew. He managed to get that snipe down. Does lose 3 Stalkers for it, though, of course. Unfortunately. Unfortunate. Well, without the Cyclone, his Phoenix are going to be a little bit safer here to poke and prod. Siege tank, siege up. A little bit unfortunate timing for Classic trying to move forwards at that moment. Keeping track of the movements of his opponent right now. The bio units, they're going to continue forwards. The Phoenix, nowhere in sight. I think you're going to need the Phoenix here. Classic. Oh, you send them away. The Zealots now with the anti-armor missile are going to get decimated by this Marine squadron, especially without shield battery. This is just it, guys. This is a GG right here, right now. He cannot possibly win that fight. Maybe he couldn't even won with the Phoenix, but you know what? Maybe he could have. Maybe he couldn't have. Anyway, that is game number 6 going into Byun's favor, which means we end with a 4-2.